Hi, everyone. My name is Jesse Robbins, and welcome to LPLE from Dialogue FM. We're the podcast that lets you practice listening in English. We speak English slowly and clearly so that you can follow along and understand native English speakers more easily. I'm excited to help you improve your English listening skill, as well as help you learn new vocabulary, grammar, and idioms commonly heard in conversations among native English speakers. If you want to practice listening in English, then we invite you to join our conversation. Andrew, what is your favorite food?
Pizza is the first thing that comes to mind.
Why? Why do you like pizza? Why is that your favorite food?
I think it has all of the things that are unhealthy for me and all of the things that taste good all at the same time.
For me, I also like pizza, but I like my pizza to be very simple, not a lot of ingredients. My favorite pizza is pepperoni and sausage. Very basic, very simple. Any pizza place has it. What is your favorite kind of pizza?
I think I am the same. I usually order pepperoni and sausage and cheese. I also like pizzas that have everything on it, everything on the menu. So pepperoni, sausage, peppers, onions. They call it supreme, usually, a supreme pizza.
When people think of popular pizza, they usually think Chicago or New York.
Right.
Most likely New York over Chicago. In fact,
most likely Chicago over New York.
And exactly. That is one of the funniest debates when it comes to food between two cities. It's who has the best pizza, New York or Chicago.
It's a point of pride.
Right. Two very different styles of pizza. New York pizza is very wide and very thin, right? And in Chicago has their Chicago deep dish pizza.
Right.
Which actually doesn't really resemble a pizza once you cut into it.
It is more like a meat and cheese pie.
Yes.
That is baked all together with sauce and some spices. And
Exactly.
it is delicious.
I prefer New York pizza. And I've had both. I have tried Chicago deep dish pizza, and I have tried New York pizza, and I favor New York pizza. Sometimes I also eat the fast food delivery pizza. But yet again, here is a point of difference between you and me. Between Domino's Pizza and Pizza Hut. I prefer Pizza Hut. All right, let's talk about travel.
Okay.
Most recently, a couple of months ago, I traveled to Japan. That was my most recent international trip. I was in Japan for 1 week, and it was very fun. The weather was hot. It was the end of summer, so of course it was also very humid. But I still had a great time. I got to see friends. I got to eat lots of delicious Japanese food. I got to sing karaoke. Very fun. And I did a little sightseeing. Not a lot, only a little. Primarily because when I lived in Japan about 10 years ago, I lived in Japan for 3 months. So I had plenty of opportunity to sightsee. So what about you? What was your most recent international trip?
I haven't traveled internationally in a little while. The last trip I took was about 2 years ago, but it was a longer trip, so I got to see more places. I was traveling with a friend, and we went through many countries in Southeast Asia. We flew to Laos, and then took a train to Thailand, and then flew to Bali, Indonesia. And from there, I actually met up with you in Vietnam for the last week of our trip. And I had a great time. I actually miss traveling, and I want to do it again soon. I'm actually planning another trip back to Thailand early next year.
Why are you going back to Thailand? There's many other countries in the world for you to travel. Thailand is a fantastic country.
Yeah.
you're going back. Is there something about Thailand that you really like? Is it more to introduce Thailand to somebody else?
Both, actually. Thailand is a great place to start traveling because the people are very friendly and there are a lot of hotels and tour guides, and it is easy to get around to travel, to see sights and see the country. And I'm also traveling with some friends who have not traveled outside of the United States very often, and so this is a good place to start. So I'm happy to go back. I love Thailand. I'm also excited to show parts of Southeast Asia to friends who haven't been there before. And this is a good chance to do both of those things at once.
How long is your trip this time?
We are going for a little bit less than 2 weeks. So I think about 10 to 12 days. And we are going to start out in Bangkok. We are going to spend a few days at a city by the beach. And then for some of the people I'm traveling with who are leaving early, we are going to go to Singapore for a few days to show them the city. And then my girlfriend and I are going to stay and go back to Thailand to go to the north part of the country to a town called Chiang Mai and see more of what the north part of the country has, which is different weather, different culture, and just a different feeling than the big city of Bangkok.
Thank you for listening to this episode of LPLE. Let's practice listening in English from Dialogue FM. Subscribe to LPLE on iTunes to hear the latest episodes, or listen to past episodes on our website, dialogue.fm. That's dialog.fm. If you have questions or comments about English, or if you would like for us to use a word, grammar, or idiom in our conversation so you can learn how to use it correctly, we would love to hear from you on Twitter at dialogue.fm or Facebook at facebook.com/dialoguefm.